Alright everybody, this is round 2 of Old Man Cooking. Thank you for everybody who checked out my first video a week ago, and for all of you who made those nice comments, and the subscribers, even though I don't know what that means. This week I'm going to be making my homemade hamburger helper. Show you a little bit of what's going on here. 2 pounds of hamburger, got some cream of mushroom soup. Of course, have to use the steakhouse maple seasoning and the steakhouse seasoning itself. As you can see, got my Voodoo Ranger going steady. Mac is boiling right now, and I'm going to cut up the onions and get going. So we will see you in a little bit. Alright guys, while the hamburger's frying up, I like to dice up, I don't know, maybe about a half an onion. Get that thrown in there. While it's all frying up, the macaroni is almost done boiling. So we'll be able to get that all prepped up. This is one of my favorite dishes this time of year because I actually make quite a bit of it. And then you can have it for leftovers for the next couple days. But it's almost like a comfort food. It's also one of the very few that my wife will eat leftovers. She's kind of picky when it comes to that. See you guys in a little bit. Alright, so while the onions are getting all set nice and simmered up into the meat, got it all cooking up nicely, I am getting ready to add my A1 steak sauce. I loved using that. And I also like to put in a dash of Worcestershire sauce. Usually makes it spice up a little bit nicer, and it doesn't really, hurt those of us that have sensitive stomachs. Oh, hold on a minute. Can't forget the Voodoo Ranger. All right, guys, be right back. I got to get the cream mushroom soup mixed into the gravy. Hold on. All right, so the gravy mixture, I got my Worcestershire in there, about a half an onion, A1 seasoning, my McCormick steak seasoning, and my McCormick maple seasoning, 2 pounds of hamburger, and 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. This will be the basis for my hamburger helper, and give me a minute and I'll show you the next step. Alright, I like to use, I think this is about a 12 by 17 inch casserole dish. This is what I'll end up baking it in. I'm going to add the mac and cheese to it, get it all mixed up, and we'll be right back. It does actually smell really good. Alright, got the mac and cheese mixed in with my hamburger, getting ready to add the toppings. So be right back. Alright, first layer of cheese is on. I use the Lucerne mild cheddar. Obviously already shredded, makes it definitely a lot easier to put on there. And when your wife loves cheese, you put a lot of cheese on. Be right back. Alright guys, so the final touch of cheese is mozzarella. Can never go wrong with mozzarella on it. It makes it a lot more thicker. The cheese on it, the smoothness is amazing. By the way, don't forget Voodoo Ranger. Hold on a second. Much better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 12 minutes. And then I'm going to broil it for about 4 minutes. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. So just on a side note, while we're waiting for a few more minutes, let's take a peek and see how this is looking. Yep, it's starting to look melted to me. Smells really good in here. One of the things that I have learned is to clean up somewhat as I go. Now, I will briefly flash the sink. Okay, so that's not completely done yet, but dishwasher's loaded. I just have to finish up the counters a little bit, clean up these dishes, and like the old saying goes, happy spouse, happy house. See you in a few minutes. Alright, we're about the perfect cheese melted that I like to see. So now we're going to put it on broil for about 3 minutes. See what happens. See you in a few minutes. All right, guys, just pulled it out. Nice and crispy brown. Smells really, really good. I highly recommend that you let it sit for probably about 10 minutes just to cool off a little bit. But because of the magic of the camera, you can see, whoops, Voodoo Ranger, how clean the kitchen ended up getting. Yep, looks good. On a side note, if you guys have any suggestions of what you'd like to see cooked next time, just put it on the website and I will work on that for you. And on another note, I hope you all have a very safe and Merry Christmas. Talk to you soon.